with 1.7.2 dev.
Yay.
In the, what's this called? TeamSpeak, that's it. I wanted to call it Twitter, then Twitch. One of those T names. There's too many T names.
I'm
in
going
this
to
thing.
hang you up for saying Twitter.
Yeah. Alright, so we have Myrathi, Prog, Meredem, Lyra, Shadow, and Veovis in alphabetical order.
I don't want to be in alphabetical order. It's stacked against me.
Well,
Who
you're the
knows
one that
what
picked a
evil
name
lurks
with a
in the
V
hearts
in
of
it.
men.
Fair enough.
Hey, you know, if we do alphabetical order and list me, I come last usually, so. Alright. You can actually see, I have an epic desktop background here, so.
Yes, in alphabetical order, you would still come after me. Even
Oh,
if you
yeah,
have
I think
the same
I-
first name.
I think I have that desktop background in one of my wallpaper folders.
Just have XComp with a silent A.
I think there are two variants
XComp.
of that, and one of them has a TARDIS, and you just minimized everything to show it. So, yep.
Right. So, I've actually already just copied over all the stuff for the 1.7.2 stuff into my folder here. I've not tested to see what it's going to do, how it's going to do anything, what anything is going to mean, say, complain about, or, I don't know, explode with. So, let's find out. Let's launch Eclipse.
Go, 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 go!
Engage.
I'm going to launch Space Engineer, so I won't be able to read out questions in the chat. Somebody else will have to do it for you.
Okay.
Alright, I've got IRC open.
Good boy.
Alright, well, I got a thing here. It opened.
You have an Eclipse
I'm gonna open this
workspace.
project. See, open project encountered a problem. The project description project for Minecraft is missing.
Oops.
And
Well
thus
then.
you start
Oh, boy.
over with production from ground zero.
And while that loads, I'm going to get coffee. Be right back.
Just type in Gradle W Eclipse. That should actually tell it to generate a workspace.
Yeah, I already had done that, but I'll do it again.
Yeah, if it's got the data, it probably just had absolute links in there.
Why would there be absolute links in a setup script?
The Eclipse project files.
They don't
Ah.
require absolute links. You can do it without absolute links. I do it. But, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I move my workspace around every now and then.
Anyway, that should
Giant
theoretically
command
fix it.
prompt. And all the text is tiny.
That's okay. You didn't need to be able to read it anyway. Nope, it's still borked. Let's try deleting it and creating it again.
It begins.
No, first I have to type in gradlew.bat eclipse. Loading, configuring.
Oh, do people think you stopped streaming?
Yeah, I'll come
looks
back
like-
in time.
It looks like only 5 viewers, someone's saying.
That's on
Well,
the
there's a
Twitch's
lot more than
API.
viewers, so yeah, the Twitch is just taking time to count everybody. Because if you open the viewer list, there's a whole lot more than 5 people.
May just be the
Yeah.
number of people signed in even. Alright, so that might theoretically have worked. I'm just gonna leave this thing, you know, here so I can call it again when it didn't work.
Welcome back, CPW. That's good timing, because XComp is beginning his struggle.
Yes. Okay, I don't even see an Eclipse thing in here.
Are you editing the bat file?
It should just generate the project files.
There's not even an Eclipse folder in here anymore.
Huh.
If you've got the class pack and the projects, it will bury it. You should just be able to import the dot project.
Oh, it creates
Right
it
in Eclipse.
here. Alright.
CBW has asked, did you run setup decomp workspace?
I did.
Okay.
That's how I got a whole bunch of other things. And then I tried running Gradle Eclipse, and it seems to have dumped the class path and project files into the main folder here, which is messy. I'm gonna delete some of this junk. Don't need that either. Okay. What's my build Gradle look like? It's a good question. Let's find out. It looks like this. I don't know what I'm looking for in particular here. Do I need to... Oh, okay, I need to edit this. I missed that part. Mod ID. I think it was just Mystcraft.
I think so, yeah. That's what I use in my depends.
Yeah, the
so.
stuff in there is pretty much mainly for it's mainly for packaging and distribution and stuff, but
Okay. That?
I'm going to go make food real quick. I will still be available on TeamSpeak, but won't be able to take a look at the screen.
Okay.
I'm back.
We need 165. Okay. I can do that. If I just,
you just change the number in there. Beautiful.
yeah. Am I gonna need to run,
Yeah, you don't
The-
have to run the workspace again.
the setup decomp workspace thing? I need to run that again?
Yeah, that's the beauty, is you don't need to re-download. You just change the number and rerun it.
Okay. It'll take about 7 minutes for that to run, I think. At least it did the first time. I don't need to open this. I already got this. Diomp. I didn't even manage to pee. Okay. Decomp workspace. Let's make sure I've got this right. Okay. Alright. Run that. Okay, so now this is running. What this is doing is, well, I'm kind of fuzzy on what this is actually doing, just to be clear on this. This is setting up the workspace environment using Gradle. In theory, running this command, and then, oh good, it skipped a whole bunch of things because it already knew they were there. Good. All my code is going into source main Java by default. Okay. Thank you, CPW, for informing me of that. That is good to know.
Yeah, because the beauty with that is that when you have source, if you put stuff in source API Java, it will link against it, but not package it.
Oh,
Okay.
very nice.
There's also source test Java if you somehow manage to come up with a test setup for Minecraft. I'd be
I've
amazed.
made the
but
mistake of trying that.
Okay, it's building. It's actually at 61%, so we're doing pretty good here. Right, so it's building all this stuff. In theory, at the end of this, I can, once this is finished, I'll run the gradlew.bat eclipse command, and that should set everything up.
So much easier than it was in the past. It's like a half-hour process just to import all the libraries.
Well, maybe for you, but I had a script to do it all for me. This is literally a script that does the same thing my scripts did differently from the way I did it. It's
There
not
are
actually an
people-
improvement for me. It's an improvement for lots of people, but it doesn't actually change anything for me.
3 people who had scripts like that. You're one of them.
Because I know how to do software dev. You
Are we getting
automate
smarmy
everything.
again?
Minecraft is the first time I figured out how to use a library.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
It was not a fun process.
I
Well,
fully
first you
understand
go
why
get a
they put
card
this in.
and then
I
you
just
check
kinda
out a
wish it was
book.
optional.
Damn it, you stole my joke.
It's the one thing they really, really should be teaching in programming courses is how to use libraries.
Mhm.
And how to find what already exists in a library so that you don't have to write it yourself and waste time and have less stable code.
Like, seriously, in a Java programming course, show people how to use Java or commands. So they know that these things exist.
Show them how to set it up, show them how to add it to the class path, show them how to go find out if there's already code that does what they need to do. There you go.
CPW makes a very, very good point in chat here, that standardizing the build means we can do all sorts of useful tricks. And while, yes, it is annoying when you had a method before, most people think it's worth the pain once they figured it out. And I fully agree, this is a nice system, it's neat. I like my system. It was a good system.
I know I'm a
I'm
little
not
bit late
really
on this
complaining.
joke. Sorry. I'm a little bit late on this joke, but Gradle, I made you out of clay. Thank you.
I was about to respond with a Barney Stinson song, and I decided against it.
Probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Shadow doesn't have that kind of restraint.
I resent that comment. It's got nothing to do with the fact that it's right.
So what you're saying is, hey, I resemble that remark?
Yes. Alright, that only took 4 minutes, which is nice. Alright, and obviously most of the time spent is actually on decompiling Minecraft, which takes a while. Alright.
But it's nice though that on like CI servers, there's actually new stuff that actually just does it based on the deobfuscator without decompiling.
Can you say that again? I didn't understand it. It just went through my head. I didn't process the sentence.
The default tasks, if you just do build and you don't tell it to use the decomp workspace, it actually does it, it enables you to not have to actually decompile on a Jenkins server. Which is nice. And plus, very, very, very soon you'll be able to upgrade names rapidly whenever you want.
Mm-hmm. That's real nice. Because one of the tricky things for updating is almost always the names. Alright, so I've run it. It again put class path and project here. That doesn't feel right for some reason.
That part doesn't really matter unless you're doing deployment.
Okay. Yeah, that's everything. So if I just put these in Eclipse, then will that work? Do I actually need to leave them here? Because I don't like that. There also isn't a
Back at the
Minecraft
machine.
project. In the root of my Eclipse project. So, here. Okay. Fired up. Thank you for repeating the text. The project description file .project for Minecraft is missing. The file contains important information about the project. The project will not function properly until this file is restored. Details. The project description file .project is for Minecraft is missing.
If you go to, if you literally go to the file, there's an import thing. If you just point it to your Mystcraft folder, it will just scan and find all that stuff usually.
Yeah, it's apparently expecting them outside, which is wrong. Yeah, CPW. Why is that? Get them to fix that, please. That's just wrong. Anyway. Because now, yeah, all these things are here, and no. This is terrible. I'm not doing this that way. I'm going to have to change where that file is. I had a system that set up a really nice Eclipse environment.
Keyword being had.
Had. It's gone now. Close project. Yeah. So, perhaps I just have to set up my own Eclipse environment. I can do that. I have to close this first. Try again. No. Oh. What'd you do? Just go away. Alright. I don't usually rage at... once we get to coding, it's fine, but this is my project setup they've messed with. Why did they do that? Alright. Well, let's see what all I need to actually handle across these. Alright, so... Alright, do I actually need the assets folder that was there, CPW? Thing is, the previous environment I had was built around the MCP environment, which I don't even see here anymore. Oh, there it is. Is this? No, this is from before. I just didn't delete it.
Yeah, the entire Eclipse thing is... The entire MCP setup is gone.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to build this environment now. I have no idea what it's going to do if I do this. Okay, so this should be considered a project. Build.gradle is the root of that project. We'll generate project for that, but you can import it into any workspace. Okay. Fine.
What the build.gradle does is it links in all of the crap for you. I mean, at that point, you just move stuff around. Even better, abroad, get on TeamSpeak.
Okay, so
Even better, XComp, we have a nice guy who we can yell at in your chat.
yeah.
I'm waiting for him to show up on TeamSpeak so I can drag him.
You just warned him. Now he will never.
Yes, Abrar, you can have some breakfast first. Hmm. Alright. So we're running this again. This actually doesn't take very long. 15 seconds here. Alright. Here. Okay. Do I need these assets here? I'm going to leave them here for the moment and see if it works. CPW
Hello.
may know better. Hello? Hello!
Alright, so I have my wireless headset, so I'm going and getting food, so I have no idea what's going on in your stream. Just saying.
Alright, well, I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to build a decent environment in Eclipse on the Gradle system here. Well then. That seems to have worked. Mostly.
Yeah, basically what the build.gradle is very, very useful for is linking of the libraries in. What I usually just do is I import them and then I go turn off the library export and just drag stuff around.
Right, so...
I assume at this point you're using the shipped Eclipse folder that comes with the forward source package?
No, the Eclipse folder that came with the stuff didn't do what I wanted to do, in that all the project stuff wound up at the root and whatnot. But I don't think there was actually any difference, because all it contained was a metadata and assets.
Did you start from a build.gradle from scratch, or did you start
Yes.
from the forward source package? Okay. Because the
Oh.
.metadata, the big thing about that was that it contained the run configs already. The only difference.
Let's actually compare and see what these metadatas differ, or how they differ. Compare. Just these. No? Okay, so I can try dropping the metadata stuff in to make sure it works properly, but
They're just run configs, I mean, they're not hard to make yourself too.
oh yeah, I have a whole ton of references to block.something. They're not there anymore, are they?
It blocks dot. And they were renamed to not be idiot names.
Yay!
Is it stock, you said?
Blocks.
Blocks. Blocks
Just to add
and
an S,
items.
pluralize it.
Oh, blocks.
Just pluralize it. And they're like the legit names, so whatever's on the wiki is pretty much what's in there.
Okay. Alright. Alright,
well,
so
I'm
I
back at my
seem to
computer.
have a environment now. I seem to.
Yay!
What I did for that, in the end, was I took my existing Eclipse thing, I moved the assets over from the new Eclipse folder into my old one, and I replaced the Minecraft project with the Gradle thing. And to do that, I moved the .gradle file into that, and I ran the Gradle w.bat Eclipse command from within the Minecraft project folder.
Alright.
And that
Sounds good.
made an environment I could do stuff in. So, and Minecraft itself has no errors in it. So it looks like it works. Let's see if I can just run Minecraft.
Minecraft itself is actually, it's actually linked as a jar, so you can't really mess with it.
Oh,
That's good.
fine. I didn't really intend to mess with it, but hey, I can just kind of keep my saves in place now. Actually, I have no idea where the saves are going to end up, do I?
Well, if you have the Eclipse run configs, I mean, you'll run Minecraft wherever the Eclipse run config is specified to run it. I mean,
Favorite part of Minecraft 1.7x is the ability to individually control sound volumes for different sources. Rain and animals go down to 5%, and I don't have to mute them or install mods that mute
I
sounds
still
nearby or
mute
anything.
sounds completely, so...
so I'm looking at this Eclipse workspace here, and am I right in assuming that you have one Minecraft folder, and then you have a Mystcraft folder, and then like in Eclipse, the Mystcraft folder is linked to the Minecraft folder? Like, I mean,
You have to
projects
speak a
are
little
linked to
slower
Eclipse.
for me today. I apparently can't process sentences properly.
So it seems that you have a Minecraft project in Eclipse, and then you have your Mystcraft project, and the Mystcraft project depends on the Minecraft project.
It does.
Is that it?
It does. And then the source is linked to as a whatever kind of relative link thing it is.
And I assume that the Minecraft project is the one that has the build.gradle file and everything?
Yes. Right there even.
Aha. Okay. So, I assume the Mystcraft folder does not have the build.gradle file.
Correct.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, while that workspace will work for development, it will not work at all for being able to build your mod.
Okay.
What you should do instead is rename the Minecraft folder to Mystcraft, and then copy your sources from the Mystcraft project into source/main/java and source/main/resources inside the Minecraft project.
Mm-hmm.
Gradle actually caches the Minecraft jar and Forge jar and stuff, so like there is no duplication if you have multiple projects or anything. So yeah, it's supposed to be like one build.gradle file per project, and the build.gradle file defines everything about that project, including like what Forge versions it uses and everything.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. I don't like it, but it makes sense.
I assure you, I mean, you'll like it better once
Ultimately,
you try
it's
it out.
easy enough to make the little script that goes delete, run here, delete, move from my dev setup into where it needs to be, and
Alright,
and
so...
Gradle properly.
I guess it's not much of an issue for a closed source mod, but for a lot of open source mods, I mean,
Yeah,
shipping
open
the
source
build.gradle in your
mods
GitHub
we
repo is an issue.
complain. Closed source mod, it's prerogative of developers.
Mhm.
Some open source mods that were setting examples of hacking wasn't my cup of tea.
Alright, so... What all was I doing to my source code?
You're simply copying it from, I think, Mystcraft/source or whatever into Minecraft/source/main/Java.
So it's actually going to be merged into the source? Like it's in the same folder?
The Minecraft source as it existed before doesn't exist. The project only contains your mod source.
Oh,
And
okay.
Minecraft is linked.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you just
how
put
do
the
I
Java in the
have
Java.
source code for multiple projects now?
You have multiple build.gradle files and multiple projects in Eclipse, each that have their own setup.
Alright, and there's no
One-
relative linking anymore.
Well, you can link them together in Eclipse as projects together. However, yeah, there is no central Minecraft thing that everything links to.
No, I meant there's no, Normally when I set up my code for this, I create a new folder. I don't remember where it is. Folder. And then I'd actually say it goes... I'd name the folder in here as... I'm just going to leave it Bob right now. And I'd link to an alternate location. Make it a linked folder.
Like a symlink.
Yes. And I'd have my code referenced externally.
That is possible. You can do that, but
But-
the problem with that is Gradle doesn't know about where that code is, and you have to either tell Gradle or put it in the default location where Gradle looks.
Alright.
Generally, everything about your project, like your sources, your resources, all the stuff that is actually built, is self-contained within the folder that contains the build.gradle file. I mean, from there you can symlink stuff out, but generally it's all in there.
Yeah, when it's actually building, if it doesn't know where it is, it won't find it.
Right. I now have a folder called Mystcraft and Mystcraft. Yes, I am thinking in MCP terms, CPW. I wasn't expecting this to be such an extensive, complete change from how we were doing builds. Nothing is like it was. So, yeah. Yeah,
Usually,
CPW is right, I had to do that to get a sane folder structure. The problem is I don't see how this folder structure improves anything at all, so...
It's more like a standard, programming
The standard Maven
setup.
structure. I can tell you though, with Gradle, if you have to depend on other mods that only ship their sources and don't ship like a deobfuscated jar or something to build against, generally you can put that source, the other mod sources in source/API/Java, and Gradle will build against that code. However, that code will not be published into your jar. And then that also
That's
goes
just
for source/test/Java for if you have unit
Mhm.
tests or something.
Okay, well, that's nice.
That's nice. It's not hard to do with custom build script, but it's nice.
Yeah, that's the thing about Gradle. It really did a lot for people out of the box, and then if you have custom stuff, it can do that as well. One of the big reasons we chose it for the 1.7 stuff.
It added so many to what I was able to do with Gradle, because it's also capable of running ant tasks. You literally get away with bloody murder compared to what you could do.
Okay. Well, knowing that it's able to run ant tasks is good, because that means I can add my extra build stuff to it later. Particularly because I have publishing run through ant as well. Alright.
If you're willing to give me like your ant script or something, I can completely convert it to all to Gradle stuff and send it back.
Okay, that might be good, but for the very moment, try and run me through what I'm doing. Because I am a bit lost at this point, actually. So, in order to have my Eclipse Workspace, understand stuff. What do I actually build here? I'm supposed to have... Am I supposed to run all of this from the same place, or...
I'm not sure. I don't know if your stream is lagging or not, but what do you mean
It's
all?
Twitch.
Like
It's
all what?
always 30 seconds behind.
Yeah.
Generally, like, I mean, everything is from the build.gradle file for each project, so you still have to run the commands from the folder that contains the build.gradle file.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, the source is also relative to the build.gradle file in source/main/java, and when you build stuff, it'll be in build/libs. Again, relative. Everything is relative to the build.gradle file.
Okay.
You can tell Gradle to look in, like, the directory above and stuff, but generally people don't do that because they want to ship it all in a GitHub repo and don't necessarily also want to ship the directory above.
Alright, CPW is saying start a clean directory.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do here. First I'm going to edit my code so I don't have this edit here. This wasn't what I expected to come up.
Okay, if you wanna set up a clean setup, I can walk you through that from the beginning. Yeah, CPW is saying yeah. Pick a spot, start it with the forward source package and stuff. As for the Eclipse workspace, I would actually recommend that you pick a folder inside the Eclipse workspace, like, you know, Eclipse / some project or something. That's what I would recommend. However, it doesn't really matter since you can import the Gradle project to any given Eclipse workspace. I just prefer to have it, you know, one level below the Eclipse workspace.
Right. So if this is the 1.7.2 stuff extracted straight from the Forge zip,
It contains 100% an example project. In source/main/java, you will find an example mod.java and stuff.
That
You
does
would replace
absolutely
that
nothing.
with your sources.
and
Yeah.
so I'm actually going to have multiple projects in my workspace. That's the plan.
Then
that-
it would be one project starts here. Like, pick one project and copy its sources in there first. And then you'd want to set up like a second one, like a second forward source package, and a second folder for a second project. And so on and so forth.
I'm having an amazingly difficult time trying to process sentences today.
I have that all the time.
So basically, I'm going to walk you through the setup of one project. And for each project that you have, you'll want to repeat that.
Okay, that's annoying, but let's go.
Yeah, it caches everything centrally pretty much, so it's not as painful as it sounds.
Yeah, the first setup will take maybe, I've heard stuff ranging from 5 to 20 minutes to set up. But then
I think
after
it took about
that,
7 minutes when I did it earlier. So, gradlew.bat set up XComp workspace.
This will most likely take max a minute and a half to 2 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, if it doesn't take like 30 seconds, that is. Because you'll notice that every single thing is cached, every single thing is skipped or marked up to date.
Well, which folder do you want me to doing this in? Because I was thinking if we move to a clean folder, I could just start from there.
This would be done from the forward source package you just extracted.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the clean folder.
Yeah. And then run gradlew.bat set up XComp workspace right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, when I ran this earlier, it took 7 minutes.
The second run will be much faster.
Okay. Well, I ran it again just a little bit ago on a... Well, I probably should have changed what version of Forge I was using first. But we can do that in a minute. Maybe I can try doing it. Can I do it in the middle of this?
Well, yeah, but you'd have to rerun the setup anyways.
Yeah.
I would say just cancel the setup right now and then update Forge. Like, you know, Control C and kill the process.
It actually... Why did that only take 40 seconds? There was nothing in here.
Yeah, everything is cached in your user home folder. So like user home /
Oh, it's
.gradle
cached
/ caches.
elsewhere. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, do I
That's
actually
what-
need to do this
Mhm.
for...
The only thing the setup decomp at this point does, since all the rest of the setup is cached, is it copies the assets to the Eclipse folder, like Eclipse / assets. You can specify where exactly these assets are extracted to in the build.gradle file. So you can say that you want them in run, or up one directory /run, or up one directory /testing, or whatever you want. And yeah, you can do that. And that way, I guess you could help with some duplication that it would have done. Otherwise, each project will have its own assets folder, and yeah, that's a lot of space. I work with very disjoint projects, so I actually like them to have their own separate run folders. But if you're working with projects that work better together or something, you probably want the same project
Yeah,
or the same run folder.
I do. Alright, so... Yeah, that is much faster. That was pretty cool. Thanks. I'm impressed. Alright, so that's run now. I'm actually on 1065 Forge now.
I think that's the recommended at this point. I don't
Yes, that's what CPW said to do earlier.
know. Just saying, if you want to update Forge, all it takes is bumping the version inside the build.gradle file and rerunning the setup.
Yep.
Your source is never liable to be deleted, ever.
That's nice. Okay, so I now have project environment. Sort of. I don't actually have the project itself here. So I have to run gradlew.eclipse. Oops. I'm thinking in Java, but I'm supposed to be writing in batch scripts. So that actually creates the project right here. That's the recommended way for that?
Yeah,
You just
because then
create
you
a
import.
workspace anywhere, and then you just literally click import.
Yeah, you import the generated Eclipse project. I mean, arguably you could do it yourself, but if you generate it, Gradle handles all the linking of all the libraries and everything for you. You can like add a dependency by typing one line in the build.gradle file and refreshing the project, and everything will be set up for you by Gradle.
Yes, what I do, because I've got linked stuff, I just let it do its thing, then I just unselect the dependent mod, and then I just link that in from the other package.
Alright, CPW has just pointed something out that I was probably thinking in the wrong terms for. He says, completely ignore this Eclipse folder. It's for noobs. So it's...
Yeah, it's a shipped Eclipse workspace for noobs.
Could I actually just completely delete it?
I would not recommend completely deleting it, as your assets were just copied to it. I would go in and delete the .metadata folder.
Okay.
Otherwise, when you run Minecraft, you'll have no sounds and stuff.
Yeah, that's not so much fun. Alright, so that's actually a project right there. I could import this, and it's the project. Okay.
Yeah. The only downside to this system is that you do have to create the run configs yourself, as opposed to the shipped Eclipse folder, which has them built for you.
I was
I don't
doing
think
that
it's
by
a reason
myself
issue.
at this point anyway. Alright, so let's actually open up my existing Mystcraft stuff here and just pull my source code over. So if I go main... No, this isn't my source folder. This is my source folder.
This is my source folder, this is my... Never mind.
Never mind. Whoosh. Okay. Where do my assets and mod MC and logo and stuff go now? In resources?
Yep. Source/main/resources.
Copy and replace. Alright. So that's there. And now if I just create an Eclipse folder somewhere, and then import this, or rather, this 1.7.2 thing, then I'll be all set to go. Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a nice system. It's fairly clean. It's just such a huge jump from what we were doing before. It's gonna...
Yeah. Takes a while to get used to.
I also think it's gonna play some interesting games with my multiple project structure I was planning on doing for APIs. Not to mention my experimental branches. But, yes.
So, like, I mean, experimental branches, do you use, like, Git locally or something?
No, I had I was building an experimental project. Basically, I had a separate project that depended upon Mystcraft. Basically, it was kind of an add-on that was built against Mystcraft that I was using to test things.
That can still be arranged. Generally, multi-project builds are quite a bit more complicated than the standard basic build that we just set up now. But it's all possible with Gradle.
Okay. I don't doubt that it's possible. I'm just... the annoyance factor comes from the fact that it was simple before and I had it solved. So, that's why it's annoying. And CPU pointed this out earlier, that that's why it's annoying, because I had a system, and moving to this is different. And I have to resolve everything. But, it's a good system, it's fine. Alright. Are there does it actually do, phrase this sentence properly, are there exact references to this, or can I move this folder around and do things with it?
What do you mean exact references?
If I move this folder and then import the project, is it going to be okay?
I would think so. I would think you'd probably have to regenerate the Eclipse project, because that probably has some paths in it that are hard-coded or something after it generates.
Yeah,
After
that's my
that,
point.
though, it should be
Hard-coded
fine.
paths.
Yeah, there will be some hard-coded
CPWs.
paths in the generated folder, I think, in the generated Eclipse thing.
CPW in chat just said move it anywhere.
Yeah, move it anywhere. Go ahead. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's also repeating the rerun Gradle W Eclipse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to do Gradle W clean Eclipse space Eclipse, or just Gradle W Eclipse to fix the paths, and that would be it.
Alright. So I'm going to try moving this into... I'm going to have to clean this up in a bit here. Alright. I'm now going to create an Eclipse thing. How do I want to do this? Is it really opened by something? Yes, it's opened by this. Cancel. Okay. Readily. That Eclipse whoosh. What do you think, CW? Should I actually put it in... Should I put the Eclipse in its own folder in the Mystcraft folder, or should I just put... No, I'm going to put it in its own folder in there, I think. Won't matter, I'm importing. Then I can have other things and make it cleaner. Alright, so that's updated now. Go away. Do that. This will open a completely new Eclipse environment, but in theory it might be the last one I make for Minecraft modding.
Would be nice.
That would be real nice. Because now I have to assort everything, put it where I like it, and where I've decided is most practical for...
Yeah, so if you can just throw that in source control and...
I used to put it in source control. Well, I actually do put parts of it in source control, yeah.
I got flashbacks of South Park when you went, okay.
Okay. It's easy, okay.
Okay.
I'm not going any further with that song to keep with the channel rating.
Mm-hmm.
Well, oh, Carl's mum's up.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good point, CPW. I might try doing that. So, exit Eclipse. Leave this. I'll do
So
this.
CPW has his project level with his workspace, huh?
No, he has
The way I
his
have
projects
mine is-
one level higher.
One level
He
higher
has
than the
them-
workspace.
So what I've got is I've got a Minecraft folder with all the different things I've ever touched on for Minecraft modding. You can see lots of things in here, stuff I never actually did anything with.
The way I have my setup is I have like, /home /site /modding, and then that modding folder is my Eclipse workspace, and then within that I have all the different projects, whether
Yeah.
Minecraft related or not, they're all there.
So now the question is, should I put it in an Eclipse folder or not?
Since it's just one project, I wouldn't recommend.
I
giving it
have
its own
other
folder.
projects.
Very well then, I guess. Yeah. No reason not to. Though I mean, I already stated my preference. I would rather just put it directly within the workspace folder, but to each his own.
Well, I'm trying to get from CPW. He says he keeps the workspace at the same level, but I'm not sure what he means by that. So it's not in not its own folder. And I'm trying to talk with somebody in chat, so there's always kind of this 30-second delay.
And then another 30-second delay.
Yeah, as I ask another question. I'm confused with what he says. I'm sorry, everybody. I have no idea why I cannot process sentences today.
Some days are just like that.
Yeah, for me it's usually every day.
It's okay, some days I can process getting one foot into one side of my trousers and the other into the other.
Okay, he's actually drawing out his directory
Mhm.
structure.
Hoot.
Looks like.
Cool. CPW is not sorry. Cyber Goblin has it right. Words are hard. Key bounces at pointing out or asking am I having difficulty with words because it's Friday? I don't think so. I don't usually have problems on Fridays. Maybe it's because I've been performing every night for the past couple nights or in fact several nights, and I have a bit of a headache. Maybe that's
I was
it.
about to say, in the middle of a theater run, I remember myself actually very much getting to the point of, I cannot brain today, I has the dumb.
Yes. All right. So
Well,
he does actually put it in in his own little folder. He puts the workspace in a folder. So I'm going to do that.
I would like to mention that FML itself is a bit of a special project as related to other Minecraft projects, and you have to use its shipped Eclipse folder, its Eclipse workspace, because that's the way the dev environment works for that. So, I mean,
Thanks, CPW.
yeah, there's that.
I had a completely different scenario when you said performing, but I'm not going to mention it.
Yeah. Well, please don't.
So doing what's it called?
Boosh.
Whatever.
Okay. Make an Eclipse folder.
So you've been doing theatre then, XComp. That's what I was trying to get at.
Say it again.
You were doing theatre?
Yes. I'm in a theater
What-
group. We were performing, the name of the play is The Iliad, the Odyssey, and all of Greek mythology in 99 minutes or less.
Alright.
Wow.
That sounds difficult.
Yep. I have some fun characters, though.
That's good.
I get to be Achilles and Poseidon.
All right.
Sounds like you got the good jobs.
Shall I compare the
Except when he has to
Day?
be dangled upside down.
No, that doesn't
Play
actually happen in the play.
No, the comparing to Summer's Day, that's the Shakespeare in
That's
99 minutes
Shakespeare.
or less.
Yeah.
I can recite that entire thing, unfortunately.
Okay, and now I have the Mystcraft project here. That's different.
I'm planning to just download the Twitch VOD after the stream when I go to set up my own workspace. Grub through it at 2 or 3 times speed.
Any reason you are 3 Eclipse versions behind? Because I never bothered to update it?
That's usually what happens with Eclipse. It doesn't tell you that it's up there.
It doesn't tell me there's a new version. I don't care. It's, there's no need to update it. It hasn't done anything wrong.
What
so.
version are you using right now, anyways? Juno?
I think it was Indigo. I think
I'm on
saw that
Indigo,
on
I
the
think.
splash
Yeah,
screen.
yeah,
Sweet.
Indigo.
Oh yeah, that is pretty old.
All right. Import.
Speaking of IDEs, I asked a question in Twitch chat earlier, and apparently Gradle can set up IntelliJ workspaces. So I don't have
Indeed
to set
it
up
can.
libraries manually now. That's wonderful. Thank you very much.
The Gradle IntelliJ integration is actually a bit better than the Eclipse integration. It will actually generate the run configs for you as well.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to do this.
Not that run configs are really hard, but
Well, I mean,
know.
for IntelliJ, it's a teeny bit harder. See, Eclipse, you can link natives to a specific library, and Eclipse will see the natives as well. In IntelliJ, you actually have to specify that system argument, the system load path or whatever, as an argument in the run config. So yeah, I generate that for you as well.
okay. I don't remember running into too many issues, but any automated setup of a workspace instead of having to manually add 20 or 30 libraries by hand, that's appreciated.
Oh yeah.
So, one of the people in chat suggested updating it now. 2 updates at the same time. 1.72 and Eclipse.
That is definitely the way to do it.
Oh
You
yeah.
always update as many things as you can at the same time.
Let's break all the things. What are
Then
you
you
doing?
wander
Pretty
around
stable
it.
experience.
Yeah, then you wander around for several hours going, was it this that broke that, or was it that broke that, or...
I would argue that
Um,
Eclipse is a pretty stable experience. It doesn't really change even across versions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, some of the new UI themes are really frustratingly bad.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like my consoles popping up over my source, but it does that all the time.
Okay. I'm gonna run the Gradle thing again. Gradle w.bat Eclipse. Thank goodness it's easy to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if anyone told you this yet, but so Gradle W is the Gradle wrapper that comes. It's like the portable version of Gradle.
Mhm.
If you install Gradle locally, then you use the Gradle command instead of Gradle W. It generally helps a teeny bit if you don't want to be carrying around, Gradle W, all the
Okay.
Gradle W stuff and the Gradle folder everywhere into every project.
Okay, good to know. Now.
Oh, welcome back, Held. I actually got the hello message before I got the joined the channel message. Keybounce has a pretty good Gradle song.
He does. Cradle, 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 I run you all the time, and when you finish running, I'll run you one more time. That's actually really good, Keybounce, thank you.
I started that off.
You did,
When
but
I-
you weren't very good at it.
I mean, I think I was one of the first people who figured out how to use the Gradle stuff. Am I right on that, bro?
Yeah, you were one of the first. I mean, I actually had a thing called GMCP a while back before Forge Gradle even existed as part of
I
Forge,
had
and
set up. I
Yeah.
had set up an Natura fork on it, just to play with it. This Natura
GMCP
didn't
was a
have
bit
the
different, though.
library stuff. It was it was a bit different, but like if I ever go back to the old stuff, I would use GMCP ultimately because the stuff is broken miserably.
and then you know what they say, or actually what I say.
I mean,
Once
it's
you
more
use
of
Gradle,
I really
you never
hate
go
setting
back.
that crap up. I mean, knowing about a proper library setup, I wouldn't ever waste my time going back because ultimately I just link the libraries and let it do it for me.
Alright, it's presently compiling and deciding how many problems there are in here, but yeah, it's up.
Several
Okay, there's
thousand.
1,844 items in the errors list.
Wow. I was actually getting ready to say I bet it's going to be 4,000.
Oh
Just
yeah,
saying.
you say that now.
A nice big, mass find replace of block to blocks will probably fix at least half of
Yeah, I'm expecting so.
them.
And then cause several more.
Yeah, it will cause several more, but probably not as many as it will fix.
Yeah.
Configuration
How do you
move.
do that in Eclipse?
Mass find replace. It's under the search menu.
Isn't it always Control F anyways?
That's
Yeah, you
within
could
one
do
source
Control
file.
F. I'm pretty sure you could do it across like the workspace. I don't know.
Oh,
Control
okay,
F.
there's a little radio button or something? That's good.
No, I mean like you just highlight all the files in the workspace, hit Control F.
Oh.
I think. I don't
over
know.
in
Maybe I
the
haven't exactly tried
Project Explorer?
that. Yeah.
Alright, I'll try that next time I'm in Eclipse.
What are you
That'd
trying
be
to
useful
do?
if you can do it. If you could highlight things in the Package Explorer on the left-hand side in a default Eclipse environment,
Oh,
and hit Control F and just search through all of them instead of just the file you have.
no, I don't want to do that way. Working set. Choose. Selected working sets. New working set. Java. I actually can't edit the Minecraft source, can I?
Nope.
Which
So
is
if
good.
I do a find replace all, I won't break anything.
Nope. You will only screw up your own source.
Cool.
And only you can screw up your own source. Gradle will never touch it. Ever.
That's nice.
Only you can screw up your source.
Pretty much. Alright. So I actually wanted to count how many there were. There are 390 matches for item dot. Make it case sensitive, please. Replace. There's only 85 matches for item dot in the sense of the class.
Ah.
So, yeah, that should go okay.
I don't think item has any static methods, does it?
I don't think so. I sure hope not. Because I'm just replacing it all. Oops. Oh dear. Just for the record, I apparently have 814 matches for block dot.
Oh my.
Did I
Yeah,
make
I
sure
don't
that was
think-
case sensitive? I did. So if this doesn't fix a bunch of things, well, it'll probably fix a bunch of things. It may also cause some more errors. I now have more errors than I did before.
Wow.
A lot of that's going to be imports.
The other thing is Eclipse tends to have that weird problem. If there's one error inside the file, none of the numbers of errors are reliable sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, depending on the error.
Oh yeah, those no more block IDs. That's a problem we'll have to fix later. Alright, I'm gonna make this taller. I realize the text is probably kind of hard to read here, but this way you can see the entire workspace at least.
That is a lot of packages.
Oh yeah.
I thought only Minecraft had that many packages.
Nah, I have a lot of code. Therefore, I have a lot of packages.
Mm-hmm.
Mr.
Held
Postman.
is suggesting go to the source menu and choose cleanup. Not actually sure
That
what that
really
option
only
does in
does
Eclipse.
formatting.
That won't fix the formatting or imports or things.
It will fix the imports.
Will it?
Yeah.
Well, then that's a
You
good
can just
step.
do-
That's a good first
Just
step.
highlight everything. Just highlight everything. Hit Control-Shift-O. You don't even need to do the cleanup. The cleanup does like formatting and the import fixing and some other things about breaking stuff into new lines and some other
Oh,
stuff
hey, I
like
didn't
that.
know I could run that from the Package Explorer. I was always just running it per file.
Yeah. You can run the formatter, the cleanup, and the import fixer, all from the Package Explorer.
Welcome back, CPW.
Welcome back. Thank you for your help, by the way. Alright. That's just gonna return a block now, isn't it? Oh, golly, this is gonna be weird.
Yeah, instead of doing hard-coded block ID checks, you do hard-coded block instance checks.
Yay!
Is that better?
Not really.
Uh,
I guess the only difference is that you're no longer passing around arbitrary numbers. I don't know.
it's a little better.
It's stronger typing, I guess. That's positive.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth mentioning, though, that block now has a whole bunch of static methods that allow you to switch between, like, the block ID and the block object, and I think the block name. I'm not sure about the block name.
Ooh, CPW is pointing out, hey, he can be really sneaky clever. He can change the block IDs out from under you in FML.
Yeah, that's kind of a pain to deal with, actually. Especially for any blocks that, like, I mean, for my Secret Rooms mod, I actually store the block ID of the block I'm copying. I have yet to fix that so it uses the block name instead, otherwise there's a good chance that it could get screwed up very easily. However, for the users, that is the greatest thing ever, because they can remap block IDs and stuff between the servers that they go to.
The naming for things got lots nicer. I like that. Block material is not visible. How do you determine if it blocks movement now? I'll figure it out later. Alright,
I'm
so
pretty
the
sure
main...
block material still exists.
Block clay cannot be resolved to a... It's probably just clay now. Yeah. Mushroom cap red? What does it become? It's not mushroom anything.
Hey, Soren.
Hello, Soren. Welcome to join here.
Soren's suggesting get block material.
Yeah, that's probably
There's
how.
a getter method.
Get material. There we go.
Ah.
And that's how. Okay, so change to stone brick. Change to nether brick. Why? Okay, I want to point out inconsistency here. Nether brick has an underscore. Stone brick does not.
That's where you go rage at the MCP bot.
Oh, CPW is saying block.get blocks material. Use the location aware one.
Okay.
Get
So
block material based on location now? Wow. I need to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I can think of a couple fun uses for that.
Well, I mean, mine is a secret rooms mod. That is the most useful thing. I can switch materials based upon what you're copying and stuff.
Oh,
Very nice.
you're the one that I need to be mad at. Okay.
what's the name of this location aware one?
Back in. Block.get blocks material. Plural block.
Okay, so it's block.get. Okay.
Ah, yes.
No, it's not in there. So it's not a static one. It's the actual block. R7 dot get blocks movement. Help.
Don't know.
Let me double
Well, it is
check.
what I'm trying to check here, so I am trying to determine if it blocks movement. So that's fine. What are these variables?
Isn't there a
block
method for
access
that
and
in normal
coordinates.
blocks?
Okay, so just that.
I could have sworn there was a method for that just in block without going for the material. Which in turn bounces to the
Yeah,
material.
it's just from the block now. It used to be through the material.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh, hey, musically inspired.
What happened to redstone glowing? Anybody know?
I haven't seen that in a while. I don't think it's changed though.
Well, that doesn't seem to show up in the list.
Oh, you mean the ore glowing? The glowing ore?
Yeah. It used to be its own block. I don't know what's happened to it.
You could always just, hit F3 on the blocks class and go check out the list.
Yep, that's what we're gonna have to do. First, I'm kind of go through. Yeah. This is gonna be. Ooh. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Everywhere that I had block ID, I now need to change to block. Oh my goodness, generation is going to be crazy. How does metadata work? Is it still just an int?
Yeah. That's slated to be changed in 1.8 actually. They're gonna get rid of that and add like block states or something else instead.
That doesn't make any
Interesting.
more sense. They really should just make it all one. Get rid of the metadata thing and make it more block IDs. That'd be better.
Yeah.
That is the point of block states actually.
Okay, good.
Good, good, good.
Soul sand. Now let's see here. Place with nothing in here.
That helped the quality of the stream immensely.
What
I
was
just
that?
found the button. I just found the button to change like the quality level of the stream. Now I
Ah,
can
okay.
read.
Woof. Alright, so I'm at 1,588 errors.
Alright, good stuff. Down by 200 or so.
Uh-oh. Blocks wood. That changed to something different.
Probably oak wood. Would be my guess off the top of my head.
I think it's actually blocks.logs as opposed to wood.
Yeah, log. There's a log 2. Why is there a log 2?
Really?
What? Flock. Block. I keep hitting the V.
Log 2 is the new logs. Acacia, I don't know how to pronounce that word, but the pretty looking trees.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, all of those kinds of...
Alright, whatever. I keep hitting the V. Right. Okay, making progress on this one. This is probably going to be quite a while doing all this. Ay ay ay. Just changing from referencing integers to blocks is... Wow.
Cat is saying we should use base 12 for the new counting system. No. Go full Denis and use base 25.
Yes.
I would like to mention that for blocks, you'd probably want to do a master place of icon to icon and icon registry to icon registry. That'll probably fix a bunch of stuff as well.
Say it again?
You'll probably want to change icon, like the icon texture thingy, to icon, and icon registry to icon registry. I don't know why they decided to rename that, but that would probably fix a bunch of errors as well.
Okay, so icon to icon and... Was it...
And icon registry.
Is the same thing, icon registry to icon registry?
Yep.
That's hard to say. Alright, so... Whoa.
Surely you just telling it to change icon to icon would change the icon registry also because it starts with icon, no?
If I did a
Fair
text
enough, yeah, that would
replace,
work.
but that's not really the way to do that. Well, it might be, yeah, that'd work.
Yeah, it'd be the easiest to do a bulk, full file find replace.
As long as you don't call anything else icon in your own code.
Yeah.
Oh no, we've got a text editor holy war about to start.
I don't think anyone here uses Emacs. But anyways.
That's blasphemous.
Oh shoot, I've mixed things, so...
Oh boy.
Whistles innocently.
This is supposed to be integer because that's the metadata there. Okay. For anybody curious or lost, I'm actually doing the, oh shoot. Let's see here, blocks.air. Yes. I'm actually working on the effect crumble right now, the crumble effect, the thing that turns everything into sand. Or similar. It just happens to be a place where I reference... Oh, no, that was supposed to be 0. I reference an awful lot of blocks. And I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but you guys go by pretty fast here, and...
Yeah, I'll bring up anything that's particularly of
Thank you.
noteworthy. Right now, they're just saying that they're just quoting XKCD. Real programmers use butterflies.
Yeah. Alright, so... Why is there... There's a brown mushroom block, and there's a brown mushroom.
Brown mushroom would be the 2 billboards, and brown mushroom block would be the actual mushroom. The big mushroom tree.
Oh, okay. Why is that doing that there? Like that. Oh.
Real programmers program on a circuit board.
Those aren't programmers anymore, those are hardware people. They're not
Yes.
the same.
Brown mushroom red. I don't think I did that right.
We are the same. Isn't that another Doctor Who quote?
Lit
No.
redstone ore. I don't think I actually like this new naming scheme for the blocks, because it's actually the wrong order for finding
Yeah.
things.
Agreed.
The distinction is on the wrong end. It would be better if it was mushroom brown as opposed to brown mushroom,
Yep.
because that's how we do things in code. But okay. I've eliminated all the errors in this particular class file.
Alright.
Huzzah. I'm down
How
to
many were there?
1,524. Alright, I'm going to replace all of the get block IDs with get block. In fact, I'm going to do that a little differently because it'll match better. And that'll sort of fix a lot of things. Alright, moving this. set block blocks.air. Okay. It is nice that we no longer have 0 as a block value.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Now you explicitly set something to air. That's nice. I actually really like that particular change.
Yeah.
Because that's going to improve code readability and correctness.
Yep.
Oh good. Biomes changed. Right. We're gonna keep working on,
Oh, yeah. Biomes are going to be interesting. They've overhauled the way biomes are laid out and everything.
Alright, I'm just gonna replace all .block IDs with nothing.
Nothing you say.
Sounds good.
Yeah, just delete that text from every file.
I bet that's such a satisfying feeling.
Not exactly.
Well, knowing that you don't have to mess around with stupid block IDs.
That is nice, actually. I really enjoy not having to deal with block IDs.
It took them long enough to do that.
This code is going to be strange and complicated to fix.
But you're XComp. You can do it. We believe in you.
Thank you.
Feel reassured, do you?
I don't remember what the last two things are. Oh, right. The last one's the flag. So this is that. There's apparently unimplemented methods. Entities added things. Read spawn data. Okay. That's probably some network change stuff then, is it? XComp? Or CPW? I'm talking to myself! Yay! There goes sanity.
That was pretty great.
I just called CPW me. Sorry, CPW. CPW makes a very good point. Use is_air instead of comparing against blocks.air. But I'm going to add that to my my things to do.
Yeah.
Because that way it will catch things that aren't broken here. Is this going to break worlds? I don't know.
Can't know that until it starts to break worlds and
Yep.
a fix
I'm going to
can't
need to
be
set in
found.
my formatting preferences, because I have a particular set of format preferences.
Yeah.
These functions no longer exist.
I've been wrestling with that in mono develop in C# for the past couple days actually. The version I'm using that is well integrated with Unity decided that if you have an attribute, which is basically an annotation, it's going to add a new line between the attribute and the rest of the variable declaration. Public, float, whatever, what equals whatever. So it'll add a new line, and that'll be the first pass. And then once it formats again, it'll add a new line between the type and the name and initialization. You'll get 3 lines for every variable. I've been wrestling with these. Key bounce, I'm not suggesting that the update will break worlds. I'm just saying if it's going to, then we don't know that yet. We're not
They
Yeah.
don't
gonna
want
know it for a
7
while.
break worlds anyways.
I have no idea.
I don't think so. I think they actually went to some pretty good effort on Forge in order to try and prevent it from breaking worlds. But
I actually, I loaded in a friend's world and hosted it for her, and it was in 152 or something previously, and I hosted it on 175.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure. I'll have to ask her what the last version she was running was.
I haven't even started on item IDs yet. Okay. Don't show me the warnings right now.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Fabricator saying that Component Village is now private, so extending Vanilla Village is a pain.
Oh my. Well, we'll get there.
CPW is saying bad advice on that.
Yeah, how
we'll get
should
to it
that
when
be
we
done,
get there.
CPW? Okay, that check got interesting.
What happened?
Previously I had, if that block ID equals this block ID, it became, if that block equals this.
Alright.
Alright, well, I will talk to you guys later. I have to go.
Okie
Bye.
dokie.
Alright. Adios.
You.
Thank you for the assistance.
Indeed.
No problem. Anytime.
Take it easy, buddy.
You guys can come around the Forge Gradle channel and Espernet anytime you guys need help or something. Where you can find me many places.
Alright, I think
Alright.
I've got the idea of it now, but thank you.
Chat's asking how's the dev going. Slowly. Updating versions just means finding where things changed and broke your code and replacing those at worst one by one. At best, maybe 100 at a time or so.
Yep.
And currently, what, 1,400 compile errors right now? Something like that?
About that, yeah. Fireball charge became fire charge, I presume.
That's good, because that's what it's called in-game.
Remember the fix earlier where I just changed the item ID of the item stack?
Undoing it already?
I'm gonna have to do it and change how it works already. Oh, this is interesting. I previously did some sorting based on item IDs. That doesn't mean anything anymore. Oh well.
Where was that sorting occurring?
It was in order to try and distinguish between different items, to sort the items themselves. In a comparator stuff for item effects. I don't remember why I was doing this comparator. I really don't remember why. Oh, it's because item stacks need to be compared against each other in order to determine. So,
Oh, you get it. Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
yeah, so I need to be able to compare against two item stacks to find if they're the same item and damage and the same size and whatever. But alright. There doesn't happen to be a compare items, does there?
I've been programming in C# too much. I was going to say you could look and see if they've overloaded the less than and greater than operators, and then I realized that no.
Get ID from item. That will work. I don't actually care what the IDs are, and I'm not storing them or anything, so I'm gonna say this is legitimate.
Well, Held is suggesting you could also compare the strings.
I could. Alright. Somebody in chat pointed out that a little bit ago I sounded just like Soren, which is, entirely reasonable given we're siblings.
Yes, but like I said in chat, why wouldn't he sound like Soren?
Your siblings?
Oh wow.
Aye.
Oh dear.
This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Really? Really?
Of course not.
Okay, yeah. But it's like too bad for you, man.
Shadow, why did you just write me? Why didn't you tell me?
When? Where?
Yeah, sure, deny it.
Sorry, you're gonna have to remind me. I messaged you on TeamSpeak going, I see how it is.
Okay.
That's all.
This is gone, apparently. I think I was using something on a higher class. Alright, so I'm going to do that text replace thing for the icon now. Hopefully it fixes more problems than it creates. Nope, that didn't work. Yeah, there's not an easy way to fix this.
Chat's asking what's being worked on here anyway. The update to 1.7.2.
Yeah. I suppose I can actually go back to how I was doing things.
See, Minecraft's already up to 179.
Yep.
Alright. Let's try from here. And register icons apparently went away. How does that work now?
Register icons or something? If I recall earlier.
Might be. No, let's go to where this is declared. Register block icons.
Icon register, someone in the chat is saying.
No, that's the interface I need to use. The function, the register icons
Oh.
function, has changed its name to register block icons.
Ah. Welcome back, CPW. Yet again.
Welcome back. I'm down to 1,400 or so. This is my village house thing. Speaking of which, how in the world am I going to do that?
Oh, I'm reading through the forums, and this was actually brought up in Twitch chat earlier, but it was during all of the Gradle stuff. The 164 build looks like it's missing a client-side specification somewhere.
Uh-oh.
There's some GUI code being run on the server or something.
Okay. That's not good.
Nope. It's mentioned on the forums, so you'll get
Yep.
a reminder after you are done here.
Do-do-do-do.
Chad is asking if the number and actual amount of errors are always the same. Not always. The compiler will often throw up 3 or 4 errors for a single problem, and sometimes a find and replace will fix 40, 100, 200 errors at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And some things are easier to fix than others.
Yep. Name changes are easier to fix if you know or can find quickly what the name is supposed to be now, and if it still exists.
Generation got easier. It's just an array of blocks now.
Oh, nice.
It does mean that I'm trying to convert blocks into shorts now, but that's yeah. Well, this breaks the API. Imagine that.
Where's the API being broke?
Well, I used to pass in an array of shorts, so you could modify them, and, generate terrain and whatever.
And now it's an array of blocks.
Yes.
But that's the kind of change that, it's going to have to be handled by the mod using the API anyway.
Yes.
They're not going to be dealing with shorts on their end, so not a horrible breaking change.
The method log level string is not in the type logger is not applicable for the argument's level string. What?
Perhaps the level is now in the function name. Try log severe.
Did level change types? Do we have a different type of level?
No,
Yeah,
I'm saying,
the type changed.
oh. That's odd.
That's hard to fix.
Ah. Yep, logging is log4j2 now. Not Java util logging. Looks like it was a vanilla change. I'm not sure what the package is. Just kind of look around log4j2.
Okay. Alright, well that fixes that. I have to do that in a lot of places. Invent cannot be resolved to type. That, hopefully. That was easy. Let's do that again. I like that one. That's just really imports are missing. Okay. Oh. There we go. Okay. Can't fix that right now. Enum Skyblocks just became Enum Skyblock. I hope. Seems to do the same thing as before. I'm surprised I remember what it did before. Thanks, CPW. That's a good tip. He says that Gradle will enable you to build that API as a special API package, and you can get some small build tweaks to generate deop jars as well for developers. Abrar has the magic, and Prog has some of it too, apparently.
And with API kind of already something that's going to get a bit of an overhaul.
I can't determine if it's air. I'm just going to ask if it's null.
I think there's an is air.
There is an is air, but it's world sensitive, and you can't do that during generation.
Oh.
But I really actually only care if it's null. I don't care if it's air. It could be, like, if it's specifically air, that's fine. I may check to see if it's specifically air and not some kind of other is air. Oops. Yeah, it's really not appropriate to do is air during World Gen. Right. Problem is this array is going to be null for the most part. How's that handled during the chunk loading stuff? That's something I'm going to have to check. So... Sorry, I'm writing in a different thing here. Chunk constructor needs to check for null. Just check how that's working. This became water, I think. Yeah. I wonder what that became.
Oh, the straw poll that you started a while ago about the search feature is now at 85 before and 80 after. Bit late now?
Bit late now.
I just find it amusing how close it was.
What happened to quartz? There it is, quartz ore. It's just no longer another quartz. Alright. I'm trying to stick to fixing the IDs and things in the moment, because honestly that's going to be the biggest thing.
Alright, I think I'm done working on my super secret project for now. Start up Steam and see what I can play while still keeping an eye on chat.
Let's replace all of these everywhere with this.
Could not connect to Steam network. That's not good. DPW's got a tip for you.
Yeah, he does. So there's a function 147424 in
Alpha.
Yeah, alpha, yeah. In the initial block array, population occurs and it shows you what the chunk expects. So let's actually look at can I look at the Minecraft source?
I
Oh.
think you can get read-only access somehow. I'm not sure how it works though.
Here we go. There we go. I'm happy. So let's see here. Actually, I want to check this. Yeah, it checks for null, so I actually don't need to bother with it too much here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's weird. If the block does not equal air. I think whoever updated this did it wrong. Yeah, it doesn't store air. That's interesting. This doesn't look right. In fact, it looks very wrong. This is broken. This was broken. Forge didn't update this properly.
What happened?
The chunk constructor that I wrote some time back, it's just been dropped.
Ah,
Right.
that's not good.
Fantastic. The Y is once again down at the very bottom of the shift, which is the stupid way to do it. This needs to be mapped the other way around.